I am curious to hear both your takes on this because I think it touches on the combination of movies, entertainment, and also the influence of mega corporations, ultra mega corporations, if you will. So Amazon MGM Studios announced new joint venture with Michael G. Williams and Barbara Broccoli for James Bond franchise rights. In 2022, I believe Amazon gained the rights to the James Bond series, and they're announcing they're going to work on this project, but they are the ones who get to have creative control of the project. Now,
I don't like this at all.
Okay, so James Bond, beloved, many iterations. You've got Daniel Craig, you've got various whichever ones. It's been around for a long time. What is Amazon going to do to James Bond, Melonie?
I mean, Amazon is incredibly woke. We saw how Amazon absolutely destroyed Lord of the Rings with their whole like spin-off series. That was a gigantic nightmare and was as woke as possible. Like just absolutely the whole like going with the girl power narrative with Galadriel, but in it completely like Galadriel was this ethereal, powerful elf, but she was like elegant, majestic, and instead they just cast this like small girl who wears armor and is now like a warrior now, and it was just a complete transformation of that. They added in just like different races that didn't belong there. I mean, Middle Earth, the characters are white. It's just, let's be real. So there was so many changes with all of that. Now, and then the whole let's try to sympathize with the orcs now too. The orcs are just refugees, you guys.
So I hate when they do that. They're like, we're going to read a modern situation into this classic thing. So you guys all pretend like this was natural.
So it's like the orcs who are just outright in Tolkien's universe, like demons, basically, just pure evil. And it's like, oh, we actually want to make people feel sorry for them now. And they're just like these little refugees, poor little helpless refugees who have families and they just want to take care of their families. It was just insane. So we've already seen what they've done with that with Rings of Power. They also now are working on a Tomb Raider television series with Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Phoebe Waller-Bridge absolutely ruins everything she touches. Look what she just did with the last Indiana Jones movie, right? So I know that's going to be a nightmare. And now it's like, does Amazon just want to ruin everything? Because I have a feeling they're going to ruin everything. Like they're going to try to give us either a female James Bond, or they're just going to make him a soy boy or something. I don't anticipate it being good.
Yeah, Melanie, I agree. I disagree with you. The orcs were just peaceful refugees and engineers trying to make a living in their new land and territory. Okay.
Okay.
And the new James Bond is going to be gay, disabled, a person of color, defeating people by woman-splaining and browbeating them. The new James Bond is probably going to be Whoopi Goldberg now, and that's the type of woman, future man, girl boss that we all deserve.
Do we deserve it though? Like, does this have to happen to us? I mean, I've seen some James Bond movies. I'm not like a buff on the franchise by any means, but it definitely seems dangerous to take a very traditionally masculine secret agent and be like, here, Amazon.
Yeah.
You guys let us know what's going to happen. In a statement from the head of the studio there, it says, since his theatrical introduction over 60 years ago, James Bond has been one of the most iconic characters in filmed entertainment, said Mike Hopkins, head of Prime Video and Amazon's MGM Studios. We are grateful to the late Albert R. Broccoli and Harry Saltzman for bringing James Bond to movie theaters around the world, and to Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli for their unyielding dedication to their role in continuing the legacy of the franchise that is cherished by legions of fans worldwide. We are honored to continue this treasured heritage and look forward to ushering in the next phase of the legendary 007 for audiences around the world. Doesn't that feel nerve-wracking? They're like, we know you guys love it. We know you love it. And there's a next phase. Here we go.
Here's the next phase. That's the thing about a lot of these, like, these woke people in these positions, is they love to ruin things that people love. They don't care about it, but they love to. They just get like a rise out of ruining things for the fans.
Yeah, some people in the chat room are saying, yep, black, Jewish, disabled, trans, lesbian Bond. Another person wrote Queen Latifah Bond. Another person wrote Jamal Bond.
Oh, Lizzo Bond, maybe.
I thought there was it Idris Elba who's up for consideration for
think he
to be the
was.
next James Bond?
No,
Like,
I think I think that would be the least egregious thing they could actually do. If they were going to do something woke, that would be the least egregious one, because Idris is awesome. Like I don't really know anything about his
Melanie's like,
personal
He's
you
life.
have to do
horrible. He's a
something.
horrible
I don't know
woke
about his
tard that has
personal
literally
life.
called for banning knives in the United Kingdom.
Oh,
He has
that's
called
gay.
for a knife
I
registry.
know that
He's
doesn't
a
change
World
what he.
Economic
That doesn't
Forum
change his
globalist
acting.
puppet. Idris is the worst person ever on the
Idris.
face of this
That
would
earth.
you
doesn't
to
cast?
play
change
this
his
role.
acting. That
Luke,
doesn't
who
change
would
his
you
acting.
cast as
It's
James
great.
Sorry, I had to get that out there. As of course, I saw the clip recently of him talking about, for everyone's safety, we need everyone to register their knives. We need to stop selling knives. Knives
yes,
don't have
that's
to be
the
pointy.
problem.
Knives
No,
don't
I
have to
get
be
it.
There are
pointy anymore.
knives. That's why knife crimes are on the rise. in the
But
UK.
I'm
Luke,
just saying, if you look at when you're casting someone like James Bond, he needs to be attractive. He needs to be masculine. He's got both of those. It doesn't matter what his personal politics are. But I'm not saying he should be the number one choice. I'm just saying if they did, it would be way less egregious than I would have expected.
Someone in the chat room wrote Tyrone out on Bond.
Luke, who would you cast? Who would you cast as Bond?
That's a good question. I don't know all these
Easy.
celebritards.
This
I don't
is
really
easy.
care about all
Henry
these people.
Cavill, easy. If Amazon actually wants to kind of fix
Keep
their
that same white guy.
reputation, yeah, if Amazon wants to fix their reputation and say, okay, we got to prove that we're not going to make this woke, announce that you cast Henry Cavill. There you go. You win. Free money. If they cast Henry Cavill, it's free money.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Homelander. I want to see
like,
Homelander as James Bond.
There is this undercurrent in culture right now that's sort of I'm not gonna say it's a full mea culpa, but there is a desire from some of these big companies to be in Trump's favor and to win more favor with Trump's supporters. I mean, my favorite one is Zuckerberg, who suddenly is like, yes, Trump is a great guy, right after the RNC. I also want to read you this line from this statement from Amazon. In 2022, Amazon acquired MGM, including a vast catalog with more than 4,000 films and 17,000 TV shows. Since the MGM acquisition, Amazon has held the rights to distribute all of the James Bond films. And as a result of this transaction, we'll have the creative control over future productions. There are a lot of other classics that I bet Amazon could move on to next. Does it matter that this is the timing with which they chose to move forward with, again, like the masculine secret agent guy?
Well, I mean, it's a good opportunity for them to redeem themselves if that's even on their radar. I know before with all this stuff and BlackRock funding and US aid and all this stuff to try to get all this demonic woke ideology and everything, now that a lot of this stuff is being cut off, maybe they'll actually have to care about profits now. And maybe they will actually give us something good instead of inserting all this woke crap in it. We'll see.
I mean, there's still a lot of the woke tards at the helm of Amazon. I mean, there's only so much Jeff Bezos could do. I mean, he already
Right.
groveled, so did Mark Zuckerberg, but it didn't really change much at Instagram, where I'm still being censored from my platform at Luke We Are Change. So, what I see here, this larger kind of, transformation, it's going to be interesting since the 007 series, in my opinion, has always been a creation of the intel agencies in order to make special agents and spies look really cool and awesome, and to normalize how the intel agencies are actually doing really good work, stopping really bad sociopaths. When in reality, they're the sociopaths that they're trying to stop here. It's an inversion of our reality. 007 has always been a creation of the CIA and the intel agencies trying to give themselves a PR facelift. And their next move is going to be woke, is going to be retarded, because they're the ones kind of writing the scripts anyway, just like they do for the vast majority of movies out there that are used as larger psychological programs against you.
They really are used as like psychological programming and stuff. That's why I speak so much about like entertainment and like gaming, TV shows, movies, and nerd culture especially. And people will be like, oh, but it's no big deal. Who cares that there's a gay person in this? It is a big deal because this is actual programming. They are trying to normalize certain things. They're trying to change the way that people think. And doing that through entertainment is a huge method of doing that. And they do. Someone in chat also suggested, or I think they're making a joke, but I think it could work. Robert Pattinson, since playing Batman and since a couple of his other roles, he's got range. The dude's got range. He is garnering more of a male audience now. There was even like an interview or something where he said, hey, like, I'm getting more of a male audience. I like this. Like, this is different because he normally has just a bunch of fangirls. So something like that,
like
would be
teeny
an
bopper
opportunity for
fangirls,
him.
right?
Yeah, with like Twilight but yeah, so like moving forward with Batman and like some of these other movies he's doing. Like I watched one recently where he was this like drug dealer, like redneck guy, and he did an amazing job on that. The guy's actually really good at acting. So yeah, he could do it. I also saw like Jason Statham suggestions. I think that would be he would be a great James Bond as well.
I think when they announce who the James Bond is, it will tell you kind of the direction they're going.
Yeah.
I don't know that it'll
sure.
insulate, like if they cast a man, if they cast a white man, I don't know that it'll insulate it from every and all influence of wokeness, but
Right.
it definitely is like, how hard are we going to go? If they announce it's Jamesina Bond and it's a woman of color and she's oppressed by all the men or whatever, I think it's going to make people really mad. But it's sort of like this weird trust exercise I'm sure longtime James Bond fans are having with the studio right now, which is like,
For sure.
do you want to see, would you rather there be no more James Bond and preserve it the way it is? Or are you willing to say, like, I love it so much, I want to see another, let's risk to see what they do with the canon? I don't know.
I just want less psyops. I just want less mind control.
That'd be
You
good.
hear that, Jeff Bezos? Less mind control for Luke.
Less CIA mind control, please, and versions of reality. Because all the sociopaths that they're always trying to stop, that they're trying to release a plague and release bioweapons and trying to destroy the many times of, that's them. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's so crazy how they just, when you look at those type of movies, and again, they're very fun to watch. They're very entertaining to watch. It's mystery, but people need to realize it's the exact opposite of what really is happening behind the scenes.